All right, August 7th, it is Friday. The week is over. Last day in the market for this week, and let's take a look and see what happened in today's action. All right, CNDT. Go to the longer term trend line here. Let's see here, this is a falling wedge pattern. Falling wedge. See the wedge wider, decreasing as you go along. This is a long one. This is over like 2 years. This was at like 23-ish, went down to 2. And you can see where it came actually below 154. And then it came up a little bit, 175 to 2 range. It did pop in June. Not really in good volume though. It was only like 5 million. I mean, that's okay volume, not like a huge move. This today was 117 million. So this is out of the wedge and just went sideways for a while, you know, back and forth. Let's take a look today. What was the news on this? Roast insights for conduct were stronger than expected. Results, that was August 6th. Is there any other news? Conduct imported, blah, blah, blah. Forecast change, I don't know. I don't really see news. There could have been news. But anyway, let's look at the chart. The most important thing is the chart. Now, this started pre-market, and you see right here, it's what it chopped you out a lot. This is definitely a choppy chart. You get down to the 5 minute. You have 360, and it did a quick bounce to 410. But this is a huge candle here on the 5 minute. So you get a range, you know, 416 to 358, and this huge move up to 460. And this is one of the better moves here, right here at pre-market. First green candle, this was huge in the 5 minute. Then we came up as a fast moving momentum move 3 minute. This is a little better than 3 minute. See here, down, down, right at 370. Then inside candle, then we went up. So this was a little better here. Anywhere from 2 to 5 minute, even 10 minute, depends on, you know, how you're looking at it. Sometimes the 3 minute looks better, sometimes the 5. But see, the 3 is going to give you this line here, the 370 line. When it's momentum like that, you want to, you know, close it down fast and not have these big wicks. See in the 5, not the big wicks, big candles. See, it takes up huge length here of the screen. So just didn't do much. That was that in a short. Then it was like choppy. It was up and down. You're playing this up. Maybe draw a trend line here, but yeah, not the best of plays. This is like a big head, you know, shoulder, but it didn't really do nothing. It was a really strange pattern. So that was that. It did have 197 million float, though, very high float. GRPN, this is Groupon. Groupon stock spikes 50% as turnaround shows signs of progress. So it's positive. This is Groupon's chart here. This might be a misprint, but it's still on there. I don't know. And you see here on the daily, they did a reverse split. It held at 15. Trying to get back to that previous high, 35. We'll see. All right, this made a move here pre-market at 22.50. Came back down. You know, we're bouncing. This isn't a bad long. It depends where you get in at though. You have a nice double bottom here, 23.50, 24.50, the 3 minute, 22.50, 23.50. So yeah, this was a nice little uptrend. Each dip was not a bad move here. It was a buy on each dip. Let me get another chart. This is the 1320 EMA. So yeah, held support in the 10 minute. I see, look at the 10 minute again. Maybe goes through the 10. So looks pretty good there. So not a bad long. And that had 24 million in float. OPGN. OPGN to provide business update and financial results for second quarter as of this 5th. Was there any other news? Open up 62% availability of rapid COVID-19 blood tests. So there you go, COVID-19. This is a little bit better chart if you're long. This had a huge candle right here. This is probably when the news came out right here, but that's the 5 minute. Yeah, it's your first move of the day now. So you have a point of reference now. So that's your higher day pre-market pattern. Let it come in. This is the 5 minute come in. Nice cross. Went all the way down, push back up. When you see a cross go down and push back up, that is a sign that the buyers or the sellers can't push it down. They pushed it right back up, the buyers, and came right back near 250. You can do a few different things here. You draw your line, keep your line here. So you have high day pre-market break. You have line here. So you draw your line. You draw it. Trying to make it so it connects. So this is, you're drawing your trend line. So probably about here. Then we start to move. We start to grind up 250. This candle here probably shook people out. That's a big red bearish candle. But if you're in 250, you got to leave it to probably this wick, 237. And that would have been a nice play right there for that, because I don't think you want to let it go this far unless it's like a fake out. So you have the 13 going over to the 20, very smooth. It's a nice U shape. So you hear U. Almost like a cup and handle, but there's no real handle here. So this is the 5 minute. That's why you have to give it room. If you're going to play, give it smaller share size. So it's a quarter length here. I don't know if you want to give it that far. It depends how you play it. And then we move up to 75, 3, each line 325, and all the way to 425 line. Now, as you're going this, like I said, it's going to be like the length of your screen here, the move. So each time you keep getting up higher, I would say the middle of my screen is probably about, maybe here. So you have to be wary. You have to be very careful when, the dump's going to happen, when they're going to get out. So, this is nice support. It came up, and you had nice support at 275. Came up back on 325, and right here was a high wick, 444. And you can see here, there's no real, these are bearish candles with nothing. I mean, one of these, they could have been turned back down. So, but this is the definitely big candle. Look at the volume here. And then pushed it back down. Now, what's interesting on this is the 4, excuse me, 4 line. Look at the 4 line right here. See right here, this was back in March. So that's your point of reference here. That's your point. This chart where it's going to either break through, find support or resistance. And look, it came all the way through. It could not get through. It did it here 1, 2, 3, 4 times and couldn't get through and came back down today. 209 million in volume. See here, divergence in stochastic. So that's what I mean. All these small caps have, their own personality, their own charts. So you can see here that 4 line, unless that breaks. If this went up today and came back and held that 4, that's impressive. But it went right back through, and this is a nice day trade though. 10 minute, make a loop here. This is even better. Look at that hammer candle in the 10 minute. Hammer down to 50. Just even see the 1320 EMA wide, and the wider the more momentum. I've seen that, so I'd assume that from back testing all the momentum. When you're wide from this, it's even stronger the move up, like a straight up move. So here 250. Now if you played, let's say you played here, this cross, and you're playing the break here at 250. This went up the next line. Well, this would have been this line, but it was the low one at 252. That's why I say if you're going to play any quarters, like 250, put in at 255. 255 bid. So 255. What was the asking bid on this? 319 is 1 penny off. They didn't ask. Ask price bid, whatever you do. Ask bid, whatever you want to do. So 250. Let me see here. Yeah, see, they do that. They won't bring it to the line. And this hammer came back down. So, but you're closer to this line than that line. So you're going to play this line. It's too far away to play that line. Unless you have like a massive candle. So that's why to the 10-minute, when you go further out on these 1 and 2, 3 minutes, everyone's getting shaken out by these candles, whatever they're going by. This is a nice 10-minute. There's not enough fear here, really. Unless we get some sort of dump. But this is the sign. When you see a hammer candle, hammered at the bottom. So it's showing you, what you need to do in the chart. So it's always precursor to the next move. So, all right, 10-minute here, here, then you go to 275 here. So if you want to play that, you're playing the breakout here, or playing the dip. Then we another move, and it came back to 275 here. And then it was just pure momentum all the way up. Now, when do you get in and out here? Like you're getting in here, of course. And then when are you going to be careful of, getting in too late? Well, when you see this candle, that is too late. And then another thing too, that's why I say go to the daily. You knew 4, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. This was a major point of resistance. So that's another way you can see it on the other side. Look if there's something significant there. So, and there it was. It went forward, it came back down. Now, after the first move, usually pre-market to about 11, 11:30, maybe 12 even, sometimes. But mainly it's going to be about 7 a.m. to 11, maybe even 11:30 sometimes. And it came back down right here, came back up, came back down. So this is more chop. Majority of the volume was early, and then it started to fade. So this was a really good long. It had good news, 15 million in float. And that's what you're playing. You're playing these lines. Keep it as simple as possible. 1320 EMA, whatever you use, the 9, VWAP, whatever you're going to use, don't clutter your chart for day trading with too many of these, indicators. And down here, I have stochastics volume. I don't use stochastics that much for day trading. It's just, you can see, though, the points where it's down. See here? Down, this is oversold, overbought. These are quick moves. 10-minute here. So this is very nice long. All right, so let's see what else we have here. HBP, kind of choppy. Nothing there. KZIA, KZIA Therapeutics. US FDA grants rare pediatric disease designation to PAZA prevents further PAZA to reinforcing positive efficiency. Signals for both drugs. That was August 6 and 7. All right, so this is a typical pre-market chart we've been saying. See the move up here? The move didn't start here. This was at 4:10 a.m. So the move didn't start here, grind out pre-market. The move's already made up high. So when you have a move already up this high, and then they keep going even higher, look, this gap from like 4:30 to like 11. So how's this going to even move in more? It's going to be almost impossible. Then moves happen very rarely. And this came back down, faded, and this was a short. This was a great short as soon as you see this candle. This is a massive bearish candle. On the 10-minute, 5-minute, look at that. As soon as we try to give her 11, nope. Something on the daily here. Daily you had, 708. You had, what else we have here? 740. So in the middle. And anything wider. You had stuff back here, but 2017. So, and there's the fade. Fade down. Faded to 6. And that's a great short. So you have 11 to like 6. Now, as soon as you see this too, you have the 20 EMA crossover to 13 EMA. That is a great, it's a reverse. You're going long, look at this, 13 over 20. And then it's just a great move there. All right, SG, really quick pop to drop, nothing there. KZIA+, too choppy. There's the volume. 5.9 million. There's good volume, but seem to die. Some of the volume is really low here. See it? Like 5,000. All right, here's another one. This is this like KZIA, ANPC. ANPC validating approved COVID-19 antibody tests. That was yesterday. No, that was today. So it was positive. But again, look at this one. Shot up way fast. Then it couldn't regain. Then right here you have, this is a descending triangle and to the bearish side, which means unless it pops this way, it's going to fade, and that's what it did. And look how that faded. It's another great short. That's almost, yeah, almost a double. True, very choppy, nothing there. UFS. This is like F pattern over 25. This made it all the way to 29. This is a great long. This is a classic. Look at this. This is like streamline your 13 over 20. There's no cells in here. There's nothing. And on this chart, it's so easy to read. Yeah, this little candle, they're nothing. They're not change of direction candles. That is, it's a wick. Top of the pattern, like I said, top of your screen. You're gonna be top to bottom. And you know, this fits exactly the criteria. when everything goes right, of course. When this pattern happens all the time, different type of stocks, you'll see this wick right here after this long run. So this is a classic green. Everything's green. And then your first high wick shooting star. And it was 6.7 million today, volume. KZIA to a 6 million float, OPGN+52, ANPC 2.3 million. All right, BGFV, Big Five Sporting Goods Corp. This on the daily has been going up. Yeah, the first break back here, you had 37 million. Excuse me. And then 9 million today. And this is another clean long. If you can get this chart, you can catch this. This is what you want. So nothing really pre-market here. A few blips. You had right here over 650. And that's your first line. Yeah, going quarter lines here is perfect. 675. 13's over 20 nicely. Nothing here. Fake out. This is your first real stop. And this could have came probably 675 line, but it didn't. And this came to 750. And look where that hugs are. Right there in the 13 EMA. And bounce back up. And there's like a cross at 847. Now, a 10 minute. 10 minutes even wider. Look at that. Hammer down. If you let. On a 10 minute, I liked at least 2 candles, maybe 3. Because if you just jump in here, who knows, it could drop. You know what I mean? So this is good right here. This is perfect, 675. And then you had that 675 line. Look at that. Nice. And then we faded a little bit. So that was a really good long, too. And this had 19 million in float, Trade Idea says. Here's ZAG. I've been calling this for a while. This is going to break through, probably fill this gap. Look at the volume here. It's increasing. The down day was nothing. Over 350. 4. Not a bad long. Not great volume here, though. See, though, it's like 20, 100,000. But it was a good long. Later volume. LITV. 1.4 million in volume. This thing's been straight up in the daily. Very fast mover. Sketchy volume now. See there, Acer. This is a big gap to fill to like 16 still. Try to get over here. 6. Watch for this 6 break or drop, or it can't break it. Meaning, so 6 line. Now here we go on this Acer. Goodbye. Let me see here. 6. So you had that gap down. March 59. That's coming back up. So yeah, there it is. So not a bad long here. The SNR. Not great volume. LMFA. This is continually going up here. And this is a classic too. This is a pump trash stock. Look at all these wicks. Tried to break through this 2 line. There's a gap to fill. The 3. It did it way back here in February 2019. Came back down. And look at June, July right here. Massive moves up, and it's getting caught right at that 2 line. So this is going to test it again. It might break through again. We'll see. This is a great chance to test it, so I would keep that on watch. Done this before. Penny stock, OCGN, bouncing 45. Not a bad long. TDC, TDS, stamps.com, Phil, RC, RKT. This is junk. CDO, going down the list here. Carb wasn't bad, right over 650, all the way to 775. And shot back down. And this is a former runner right here. Look at this back in June. Look at these candles. But it keeps getting knocked down, but it did hold this held this 5 line. See right here, this 5 line? It's starting to come up though. I will keep that on watch. Sale, INMR, wasn't bad over 750. AMC, real fast pop. Season. AGN, pop. ACRX, Chris. JMII, look at this. This thing's fire, man. WETF. SWI, Solar Winds. All right, so that's it for that. Dow Jones was up 46, S&P 212, NASDAQ minus 97, small caps plus 21, VIX down to 22.21. Commodities, gold 2036 was down 22.25, silver 28.40 flat, crude oil 41.56. So the top movers again, a lot of penny stocks. Down the list, you had a few stocks, 20, 22, 30, 20, 36, 24. So pennies led the way. Now, today was hit or miss, long or short, depending what you got. So this was a quick long, real jaggedy long, up and down. OPGN was a pretty good long. That good news. Any long that has like legitimate news and it moves up like that, so that's a better chance for long. Like just this didn't pop and drop like a pump, so this was a short. That's another short. It's nice long, nice long. So yeah, moves there. Let's take a look at the SPY. SPY is way up here. We're trying to test back to 100% retracement. That's where we are right now. NASDAQ. Little bearish candle. This might come back down. We'll see the test there. Look how high up we are. I mean, you can't get much higher than that. I mean, it favors some sort of downside move. Dow Jones. Trying to get over 27,570. All right, some other plays. Defend. This is like a major head, shoulder, butt. It's trying to hold. This held this 10 line. You can see right here. See this oversold right here and it bounced up. This can get over 13. That'll be the next move. 1284. And this has been jaggedy then. Back and forth then. Huge move up. So I always try another move up here. So I mean, the odds favor long here. See lower high, lower high, lower high. This would come down maybe to 11. So that's on that. Nail. Still riding high here. Very high on stochastics. DIN. That's a nice breakout on DIN. There, 50.57. Really nice long today. ERX. Just back and forth right now. ERX. JNUG dropping down. We'll see if this 1320 holds on JNUG. Nougat, see if that holds. LABU, sort of sideways here, back and forth. Soxel touched all the way back down and pushed up near that 13 EMA today. As there's Faz breaking the 23.6 fibs level. Just trying to fill this little gap here. We'll see. Really high in stochastics. Really high. TNA. These are all breaking out super high. See, they're getting really extended here from your 13 EMA. I mean, instead of 96, I don't want to buy it at 96. Last time it was up here, came back, bounced in one more, double top, came all the way back down. If this comes back down to you at 1, 2, 3 trend line, might come back to 2080. We'll see if the market turns a little bit. Market's been red hot. DQQ, you see this? This could fall back a little bit. UDAL, trying to get that back to the high, which is 78.94. All right, some other plays. Cruise liners. You got head, shoulder. This is trying to come back up. This is at 12. So bear and bullish the last 4 days. Nice green. We'll see if this continues to make a move. It's a really good long here. Let's see, LH is hanging out right there. RCL coming up. CCL breaking out of this wedge. So that's it. Airlines, JetBlue. Holding this 1320 EMA. We'll see what happens with that. It's getting high up there. Stochastics. HA. This is put in really 4 days in a row. Very nice. And it hammered off that 1250 line, which is 23.6 fibs level. JL. Come back up. All right. Restaurants then. This 2 candle here really faked people out and this came right back with it. Really strong. Ruth. Very nice. CNOs. Still holding 70s. Back and forth. Win. LVS. Back and forth. REITs. MFA. It's been holding this trend line forever. It's like a slow grind, that's for sure. Sideways. What else we got? So on the bear side, ERY energy. Just trying to recross here, but really get taken apart late. The VIX. VIX is still going down, like I said, probably under 20 soon. Really oversold, and it doesn't matter. UBXY. Same thing going down, down. This is at a 3. This bounces, it could bounce all the way to 26. Get some volatility in the market. I would be long UBXY at this point at 3. You're going to get some sort of bounce. So that is the market again. Other plays. I'm trying to think of other plays. So small caps. NKLA. Like I said, this is coming out of the wedge sideways though. LMND, this is a recent IPO. Nice 3-day candle there. All right, so again, now to wrap it up, your small caps are still leading the way right now in the market. I say 3 months now. They're making the major moves here. They've been back and forth. You're getting pre-market action. You're getting fades. It depends on the stock. It really depends on each stock that you get. So you got to look at it closely, like KZIA. When you see this pre-market, you already know this is a fade. It got up from 450 to 11. So that's a long run to go to here to here. It's going to keep going 11, like 50 or something. No, most of the time, like 99% of the time, no, unless you get some crazy runner. So the other plays like OPGN was good news. This is pre-market. This is one to keep an eye on too. 15 million float. HIHL. This happened late. This is a late thing mover. ANPC, was a pop too. Low float. Just because the float's super low doesn't mean it's going to be a great long, like it's just going to run. Like ANPC. See, this is another one. The same thing as this KZIA chart. It's already moved from like 550 to 14 and dropped. So the move already happened pre-market high. To go higher is doubtful. So this is where this common sense comes in. And take a look at another chart. OPGN. This move, it's not up here. It's just starting here. You have a better chance to go long here. So when you do that and eliminate the other charts, eliminate these other stocks that are, already gapped up that high, unless you're short. So that makes more sense. Let me look at former runners for the week. Mara. This is way above your 13 EMA, so anything could happen there. DRIO. Another one, very high up. PBI. EBOs. They're all extended from their 13 EMA, but they're running really good. The VCT. There's a gap down this. Look at that. And this chart's a mess. This is like total trash stock. ZBO. 650. This is another one up there high. CBay. This has been a great long. Continues. Let's dip by there. U. So all these moves are like the same type of moves. See this one all the way from like 1,375. They're all far away from the 13 EMA. When you're that far, expect a drop soon. When you're this far in length, see this? Once it come back in, maybe here, we'll see on that. That's how they normally play out. You'll see these patterns over and over. All right, Sava. This is forming a cross. Watch this next week. This comes up. There's gonna be some sort of news. It's at 812. I would watch for using that mist. It's a former into the gap. This isn't bad volume here. Came on late day. So it's at 980. All right, so that's it for the week. Another week. You know, small caps are in the way. You have to pick what you want to do. You want to be short. I'm going to go long and short, as in, you know, when these stocks are up high and pre-market, they're going to crash. Then you can go higher. Or you can pick like OPGN, the stocks down here, you know, ride it up. They're your best chances. Everything else is getting chopped. Individual stocks, you know. The market's very high. It's very high up at this point. And maybe individual stocks. We'll see. We'll see what happens next week. Maybe volatility comes back in. Volatility is way down at this point. So UVXY is very oversold. So is the VIX. I'm making a little pop. I don't think nothing major. Show with the SPY here. SPY is kind of far away too. This could come back all the way to 328, 326. We'll see. We might come to this, you know, the high double top. They come back hard. Something. I mean, every time we've been up this high, we've had some sort of drop. We had, you know, divergence here, then here, one drop, then another drop. So we'll see what happens here. We're way up high here. I wouldn't want to buy here at all. There's no way. All right, that's it. Please subscribe to the channel and like, and we will be back next week. Take care.